Hi, my name is Believe. I'm a 20-year-old extrovert who doesn't have a car currently. So come with me as I try to figure out how to not go insane this summer and pick up some hobbies and learn new things. So the plan right now is to make some tilapia. My mom really wanted me to get rid of these. So I'm going to make a dish around tilapia. I'm not really sure what yet. Okay, my goal is to recreate this recipe and then have this over rice and roasted vegetables. So we'll see how that goes. I have the tilapia laying here. Get this. Okay, get me as I'm scooping it. Not me. Zoom in. So coming into the summer, I had a lot of goals for myself personally. I started the beginning of this year and I quit social media. Cold turkey, quit Instagram, which was the main thing that I was on, Snapchat, and other forms of social media besides YouTube and Pinterest, obviously. And really this goal was trying to combat comparison and trying to combat my tendency to just kind of look at what other people are doing and compare my life to it, and to kind of measure up my life on this scale of what's presented on social media. And I felt like that wasn't productive to me and productive to any growth that I wanted to do this year. And so that's why I felt like I had to cut out those things personally. And so coming into the summer, I also had goals for myself. This summer I felt like I looked online a lot and was like, oh, I don't have this internship, or I don't have this experience, or I'm not here, I'm not traveling, I'm not doing this, and this. And I felt like I minimized my summer, and I felt like I didn't get to really enjoy my summer because I spent so much of it looking at others and looking at what I wasn't doing in comparison to others, and what I was doing in comparison to others, and I never measured up. And so I never felt grateful for what I was doing, and I never felt grateful for the things, I was never living in the moment because I was comparing so much. And so coming into this summer, I was like, that is something that I want to be proactive about not doing, and proactive about combating is making sure that I'm living in every single moment and enjoying my summer, even in the things that I consider mundane. And I think eliminating social media has helped me to not even have something to aspire to, or to have something where it's well, I could be doing this, or I'm not doing this, or this is what I'm doing, but I could be here or doing this. And so eliminating that source of this is what I could be doing. So in some senses, I don't have anything to aspire to, if that makes sense. So I've been grateful for what I have. I've been grateful for the moments that I have, but also it's allowed me to be very resourceful and creative with the space and the things that I do have. I'm trying to figure out ways to make my days more diverse, even though it feels like I'm doing the same thing, finding ways to kind of spice up the day. And so I think for me personally as an extrovert, I thrive, I get a lot of my energy off of being around people and interacting with people and doing things like that. But also personality wise, I get a lot of my energy off of doing things that are exciting and keeping kind of my day exciting.
I'm telling you.
Okay, you said, yeah, you said you can.
Well, a couple days ago, I shared that I was an extrovert, trying to figure out how to make the most of my summer without a car currently, and just kind of the difficulty that I've had with trying to just have fun without access to people. I was talking to one of my friends the other day and I was like, I think if I had a car, like I would just drive to Walmart and talk to someone, which she, as an introvert, said was very, very unhinged, which I can try to understand. And it very much is like peak unhingedness, but I'm like, sometimes I feel like I'm going crazy being alone in the house. And my siblings are a lot younger than me, so I feel like sometimes I struggle to have conversation or feel like I'm relating to someone just on a relational level because they're a lot younger than me. So that has been very difficult to kind of navigate. I have hung out with 2 of my friends in the last couple of days, and that's been good for me and just kind of refreshing to me. However, I think one thing that I've appreciated before coming to college, I definitely would not have vehemently expressed that I am an extrovert. I think I would have been like, I don't really know what I'm like, like sometimes I'm extroverted, sometimes I'm not. But something that I've definitely appreciated about college and being away from home for a while, it has made me aware of identity gaps, like my perception of myself and my identity that are kind of empty or tied to other people. I'm a neuroscience major, obviously, but I took psychology as like one of my foundational courses. And one of the topics we talked about was like the self and like how we define the self and how it's kind of this abstract topic because a lot of times we define ourselves in relation to others, in relation to things that we own, because we extend our sense of self to that. And it made me realize how much I do that and that I don't really have a lot of solid just self-identifiers. It was much more exacerbated than in other people. I was like, I'm an eldest daughter, I am a student, I am blah blah blah, and it was, who am I in relation to other people? So I have been trying throughout my college experience to kind of start defining myself and to try to figure out like who I am. Obviously this like period of your 20s is such a big time in your life where you're figuring out like who you are and what you want to do and what you want to do with your life. And obviously like, so I'm in that period of life. It makes sense that I'm trying to do this, but I think in some ways I felt like I have been behind because it took me until now to say I'm an extrovert. But also I struggle with that as well because I'm someone I don't like being labeled. I don't like attaching myself to an identity because I feel like I have to stay in that box. Yes, I am a neuroscience major, but I also love taking English classes and I love history and I love theology, even though I'm not majoring or minoring in a lot of those. I feel like in some ways when I label myself, I feel very limited. And so that's something I've tried to balance is how do I form my identity and have solid like descriptions of who I am and what I believe in and what I stand for, while also recognizing that I don't have to stay in this box, that I can pivot and I can be anybody. I can be who I want to be and I can change who I am at any moment. I think it's been realizing that like I have the power to do that and understanding that these descriptions are just descriptions. They're not boxes. They're not limiters on who I am and who I can be, but they're just descriptions that help to kind of anchor my identity into something. And so that has been helpful for me, and I think that's something that I've definitely been reflecting on during the summer. But yeah, that's enough yapping for now. I actually have to cook lunch, so I will be going to do that, but I just wanted to stop and chat.